as modern shonen continued to evolve, you started to notice the disappearance of the Vegeta archetype. You know, you had Vegeta, then you had Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho, who was also a Vegeta. But when Naruto comes around, Sasuke, he's still Vegeta, but he's more Hiei than he is Vegeta by the time Shippuden comes around. And then you have Black Clover, where they just take Sasuke, but they get rid of all the Vegeta with Yuno. So, Bakugo sort of saved it. He sort of saved the Vegeta archetype. I don't know how much longer it's going to last, though.
That crybaby's the main character? Well, Bakugo's inferiority complex would only...
JJK doesn't have a Vegeta at all. As a matter of fact, you could say they do the same thing with Megumi. He's all Sasuke and no Vegeta.
Get worse when Deku somehow landed a quirk that was just as cool, and both were accepted to the same superhero high school, UA High.
There, he would learn to be a superhero and fully develop his ultimate moves.
Like flying through the sky faster than sound with turbo speed, blinding people with stun grenade, focusing his blasts into armor-piercing shots, or making a big-ass tornado of death.
The howitzer impact involves Bakugo spinning himself in midair with his explosions, building up
his quirk could damage his body. That's another issue I see.
And then igniting it all for one hell of a boost.
Like, he might be stronger than Reze, but his limitations.
He even developed new
might hold him
techniques
back.
for his quirk faster than Deku did.
UA High also aided Bakugo's development by preparing him with his iconic Grenadier bracers. Gauntlets that allow him to store up his sweat
They made his costume
for prolonged bouts, or to release all of it at once in a single massive...
Yo, imagine someone that sweats out plutonium. Just every time they use their quirk is like a nuke.
Blast. He's also got his hero suit, which helps him sweat faster in order to build up stronger attacks. Or the Strafe Panzer.
This dude must smell bad.
Turrets mounted to his back that store his sweat as ammo. With all of that, it wasn't long before Bakugo made his hero debut, called the Bombshell Hero, Great Explosion Murder God, Dynamite. Hey, I dig it. The more colons, the merrier. I mean, hell, even while he was unconscious, he kept analyzing the fight he was in and coming up with counters. Somehow,
that's crazy.
Bakugo's powerful enough to shatter Todoroki's heaven-piercing ice wall, fast enough to keep
Make
up
no
with
mistake,
like
this dude is
Shigaraki,
crazy.
who can catch light beams, and tough enough to survive, well,
being dead. Yep, you heard us. Bakugo was killed, dead as a doornail.
He really is a
and
prodigy.
Then a single bead of sweat floating
No
through
matter
his
how much
bloodstream
certain
detonated
fans hate him.
and restarted his heart. If that isn't main character plot armor, I don't know what is.
His stamina is perhaps the craziest thing about him. After all, he is tanking the
Could've lost his
recoil
hand.
of all of his explosions.
Even with the overuse of his blasts literally tearing his body apart, he kept trying to make
Exactly
him
what's
stronger,
gonna make him lose his battle, I
eventually,
think.
his quirk awakened.
Unless he got Obliterator all in one go.
Evolves to become
Wipe her away.
Now, by condensing his explosions into smaller and more powerful clusters, Bakugo could enhance all of his techniques.
Like the Howitzer Impact Cluster, a stunning achievement in the field of explosionology, or kaboom theory for the
Explosionology.
layman.
Powerful enough to shatter the side of a mountain, or blow apart UA High itself. Judging by the school's
Jesus!
size, we can estimate Bakugo's Howitzer Impact Cluster yielded over 300
Oh my
kilotons of
God!
TNT.
Given Bakugo's whole deal is explosions,
That was a
makes
baby
sense
Final
to science
Flash.
out what a ton of TNT actually is. It's literally the energy contained in 1,000 kilograms of trinitrotoluene.
A chemical compound composed of hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon.
That's the recipe for kabooms. Now imagine a pile of TNT
Crash
as
Bandicoot
big as the
TNTs.
Empire State Building.
That's
blowing
terrible.
Up all at once. That's Bakugo's Howitzer Impact Cluster.
And these explosions
actually
can
terrible.
launch him so fast, it's like time stands still around him.
Like when he covered a huge part of this city in a fraction of a second.
Bro.
Almost 400 times the speed of sound.
And that's not all. Now he can detonate his sweat remotely and from all over his body, not just his palms.
Oh yeah, I forgot he could do
All of
that.
this crazy bullshit, Bakugo became one of the strongest heroes on Earth, enough to battle and defeat All Might's lifelong arch nemesis, All for One. Yeah, that's right.
The fact that he
main
beat him.
Villain, who's the protagonist now, Deku.
Bakugo literally
Well,
and
for
figuratively
the fusion.
surpassed his childhood idol and proved his mettle as a hero.
Number 5 on the rankings and rising. Not bad.
Number
gotcha.
5.
But more importantly,
Well, he's a
proving it to
dickhead,
his
so-
friends, to All Might, or even to Deku, he proved it to himself.
Yeah, whatever. Take that, losers! Sickest quirk in the world over here! Dynamite! Dynamite!
Never got it stolen.
Dynamite!
You would have thought All for One would have tried to steal that one.
Death, war,
Here we go.
famine, conquest. Humanity has been plagued by all manner of ills since they first crawled out of the primordial ooze. In the world of Chainsaw Man, there is nothing to fear but fear itself.
Because fear
That's actually
itself
facts.
is real, and they're called devils.
Literally devils from hell. These monstrous beings are the living embodiments of humanity's worst nightmares, and their power is directly proportional to that fear.
So the
What a manga
chicken
that
devil
was.
might be so weak you could keep him as a class pet, like, you know,
finished
a
her.
chicken. But what about the bat devil, or the ghost devil, or the devil embodying man's fears of one of the greatest weapons it's ever created, the bomb devil?
Little is known about the origins of the Bomb Devil's current host, Reze, if that even is her real
The fact
name.
that the gun
She might
devil and the
look
bomb
cute and
devil is just a
kawaii,
small
but
part of
she's
something worse.
actually
It's
a
crazy.
Soviet assassin trained from birth to be one of the deadliest killers on the planet. Basically a Black Widow. A cold and lonely existence for anyone, but
I'm not
quadruply
going
so
into
in
the
a world
deets
as
for anyone who
effed
hasn't
up as
read the
this.
manga.
But all Reze wanted was a safe, normal, quiet life. As much a fable to her as Aesop's country mouse.
Too bad! You are now a walking, talking explosive. Have fun.
At some point, the girl
Great
known as
movie, by the
Reze
way,
was
great
implanted
movie.
with a fragment of the bomb devil.
I saw it
and
in,
became a hybrid.
what was
A
it?
human possessing a devil's
Was it
powers
40?
without sacrificing
No.
the human of the bomb devil and became a hybrid.
I forgot which one it was, but the seats were going crazy when I saw the movie. I
Without
forgot what
sacrificing
kind
their
of
transforming their body into a living weapon.
theater
As
that
a
is.
hybrid, Reze's strength
Not
and
40,
speed
right?
are way
Something else.
crazier than a normal human's. And with her martial arts training, she's a force to be reckoned with up close. Also, Wiz, check out the bomb for a head.
Someone like Reze would eat you alive, literally. Should devils like Reze take any damage whatsoever, they can
Regenerate.
heal by
That's the
consuming
freaking
blood.
problem.
And that lets hybrids
She needs
survive
blood,
some
though.
pretty insane stuff, like having their limbs torn off, getting bisected clean in half, or being
Woo.
roasted alive. Just slurp some blood and they're good as new.
Especially useful considering the Bomb Devil's primary ability is literally blowing herself up. Reze can emit explosions from any surface of her body, even tearing off limbs and turning
Oh, yeah,
them
she
into
did do
bombs
that.
she can detonate at will.
Damn, that's hardcore. She can use these blasts to jet through the sky at hypersonic speeds, maneuver and redirect herself in midair, and enhance the strength and speed of her blows.
Or Reze can send sparks that can ignite the atmosphere in explosions that tear apart entire cities. Making herself stronger, the more fear her wanton destruction creates.
That's it. She
As long
could
as the
get
area
stronger
around her is dry enough
based
to
on
maintain
fear.
Ignition, Reze can create as many explosions as she wants, non-stop.
She can even turn her own body into different types of real-world bombs to massively enhance their power.
Like transforming her leg into a torpedo or her apron into dynamite. Every single inch of Reze is a living weapon.
This made her feared across the devil world as one of their mightiest warriors, and the perfect choice to assassinate Japan's newly acquired devil hybrid, Chainsaw Man.
You see, you might not think chainsaws are all that scary, at least not compared to bombs, but the Chainsaw Devil is special.
Yeah.
Any devil, the Chainsaw Devil.
Oh,
can
we're going
seize.
into spoiler, huh? We're going into spoiler, huh? Rest in peace for whoever hasn't read the manga. Yeah, Chainsaw Man is actually broken.
Becomes deleted from reality, retroactively erased from humanity's collective consciousness.
And here I thought chainsaws were for boring stuff like trees or Texas massacres. Silly me.
This ability makes the Chainsaw Devil the most important being alive
Yep.
and invaluable for any global power to control.
Except instead of meeting the fearsome chainsaw of legend, Reze met Denji, a dumb, horny
Yep.
teenage boy just looking for anyone, to love.
And for once, Reze actually hesitated. Rather than
colors in the
immediately
movie
kill a
were
target,
better than the
she
show.
got to know him and found they were
made it more closer to the manga, I heard.
Both were used as tools of the state.
Well, what
as
the manga
weapons
cut
of
wanted.
war rather than people. A kindred spirit in a hostile world, Denji wanted to drink up as much of the excitement of life as he could. The town mouse to her country mouse.
And thankfully, he was super easy for a pretty face to manipulate.
It wouldn't be the
Oh, yeah, that
only
was nasty
time.
when she bit his
Reze's
tongue off.
nothing if not professional, and she gave Denji one parting gift. To teach him the way devils did battle before he died.
As the embodiment of one of the deadliest weapons known to man, Reze's power is off the charts, capable of creating an explosion more than 400 meters in diameter. That's over 4 football fields long.
To have a blast that size,
Ooh.
you'd need to be exploding with over 2 kilotons of TNT.
More than comparable to nuclear weapons.
What are
which
we
is
doing here?
Really impressive considering Reze is not the devil of nuclear bombs. That's apparently an entirely separate thing.
Despite her bombs being technically conventional, Hell, they're just that strong.
Likely comparable to other powerful devils like the Gun Devil, who could travel across the world and kill millions of people in 5 minutes.
That'd be over 500 times.
What
the
a
speed
scary
of
world to
sound.
live in.
She's even stronger than the Typhoon Devil, a sentient
All
city-spanning
right, come on
storm.
now.
The literal coughing baby to her hydrogen bomb.
Unfortunately for Reze, Denji took her lessons to heart and proved he was more than a fitting host for the Chainsaw Devil.
He whooped her ass, but spared her life, just in case her seduction wasn't a total act after all.
But it wasn't meant to be.
Oh,
Whether Reze
boy,
chose the
that
safe
final
life of
scene.
the country mouse or the exciting life of the town mouse, there
Fucking
are hungry
Makima.
cats everywhere.
Oh, Makima, what I would give to find someone to kill you.
Reze's dreams of freedom were never realized. She simply changed hands from one cold, unfeeling entity to another. And this time, there was no escape. She was a weapon.
Doesn't she, like, when you
No.
don't see, like, her
And this-
ponytail, she sort of looks like that chick from Tokyo Ghoul, right? I forgot her name.
This time, there was no escape. She was a weapon, a symbol of man's bottomless capacity for malice and self-destruction.
A living bomb.
All right.
The battle's about to start, and I hope you've got something good to hear these kabooms with, like our sponsor, Raycon.
That's right, Boomstick.
No, Raycons
I've been
are
using
ass.
This is the
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run
All
the
right,
data
here we
through all
go.
possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
I don't know, man. It's not looking good for Bakugo. I'm not gonna hold you. A nuke?
I've been sent to collect your head, Dynamite. To collect your head, Dynamite.
Better villains than you have tried, lady. You tell your bosses that after I send you back in a coffin!
Uh-oh.
How would I tell them
The voice
that
acting's
I
not
was
bad.
already dead?
They've been doing this weird hybrid
You're quick.
sprite 3D model thing. I don't know how they're doing it. Now it's drawn. Multimedia death battles going hard. Yusuke vs Ichigo did it first.
Damn! Oh, damn!
Suffocation? What happened? Uh-oh.
Move it or lose it, people!
Save me, Dynamite!
Oh no.
Me.
That's some dirty shit. Jesus.
Leave them out of this!
It's a civilian city. She's getting stronger. That's where they would fight, though. It's not like they'd fight in the middle of nowhere, so it's realistic still, even though she has a advantage, if you will.
For what it's worth, Dynamite, your blood was delicious.
Uh-oh. Using this already, huh?
You bit off a bit more than you could chew! My blood isn't the only thing you drank! It's my sweat you should worry about!
Oh yeah, she can put his sweat into his bloodstream.
I'm aiming for absolute victory!
Oh yeah, everything goes slow, so he can dodge all of that.
Impact! Cluster!
Whoa. He's going in. Better blow that off. Jeez. I don't think it's over.
Scratch that. Not enough for a coffin.
He won.
KO! Oh, Denji.
Oh,
I'm so sorry to
okay.
hear about your girlfriend that passed away. She gets 5
Looks like that
moves.
regeneration was not enough.
Boom!
Please just shut up. On the surface, these two seemed evenly matched. So let's break this fight down into 3 categories: their speed, their stamina, and their firepower.
First up, let's talk speed.
All right.
Bakugo and Reze could rocket through the sky at hypersonic speeds and
Yeah, he was going off at the
themselves on
end.
a dime in the middle of fights. To the casual observer, at least, they seem to be on par with each other.
So we have to look at the people they've fought to compare.
Reze has battled Chainsaw Man, who could match and defeat someone using the Gun Devil's power.
The same gun devil that could literally fly around the world, killing millions of people at over 500 times the speed of sound.
Impressive, but compare that to Bakugo
I guess my,
fighting Shigaraki, who could
prior-
run fast enough to catch light beams with his
What's the
bare
way to
hands.
word this?
That's over 1,000 times.
What I thought was gonna
faster.
happen before
And that
watching
was
their previews was
before Bakugo's
correct.
Quirk Awakening that made him even faster than that.
With reaction speed of that caliber, there's little chance Reze
Started
could
second
ever get
guessing
the
after
drop
the
on
previews,
Bakugo,
though.
and would likely be forced to play catch-up in a duel. Speed goes to Bakugo.
However, speed
fear
doesn't
wasn't
matter
enough
if
either.
One couldn't truly hurt the other. A big part of this fight is their stamina.
Bakugo's durability is mind-boggling. He's survived being impaled through the torso and has even brought himself back to life.
But, unlike Reze, his stamina does eventually hit a limit. Every explosion he makes whittles him down just a little bit more and uses up more and more
That's
of his
true.
sweat. Without a break, he can eventually run out.
Whereas Reze can
him
effectively
some water.
create bombs without rest.
She gets drunk. Yo, if she gets to drink
Unlike
blood, give her some
Bakugo,
Poland
who usually
Spring.
likes to get up
Or whatever
close
they
and
drink in
personal.
Japan.
Furthermore, her devil hybrid physiology gives her an actual regenerative healing factor, allowing her to
Yeah, I
shoot
really
out the
thought
same
that was
kind
gonna
of
be an
blows
issue.
that would eventually kill Bakugo, main character plot armor or not.
If this ever became a war of attrition, Reze had it in the bag.
But it
Stamina
wasn't.
goes to Reze.
However, it's unlikely it would ever get to that point.
Yeah, that was the
biggest
only thing that
factor
could
in
have saved
this
it,
fight was
really.
always going to be their raw firepower.
Yeah, he's stronger.
Explosions! First, we gotta compare their 2 biggest blasts. Reze's nuclear-like bomb against
Nuclear-like.
versus Bakugo's
The
howitzer
city
impact
still stood,
cluster.
so.
And the difference
If it was a
is
real
obvious.
nuke, the city would have been
Based on
gone.
calculating their sizes, Bakugo's 300 kiloton explosion was over 100 times more powerful than Reze's 2 kiloton blast.
But that's not all. Remember the Typhoon Devil?
Coughing baby or not, to create a
Coughing
storm
baby.
big enough to cover Tokyo's over 2,000 square kilometers, he'd
Why did
have
they
to
make
be
it a
generating
baby?
more than 400 kilotons
Well,
of
did they
TNT.
make this before or after the
You're right,
manga
but
chapter?
That's not all. Again,
Hydrogen bomb
Bakugo's
versus
howitzer
coughing
impact once
baby.
shattered the size of this big-ass mountain. And despite being earlier on in the series, it was ginormous. Almost 3 kilometers in radius.
Or just over 2 megatons of TNT. 5 times more powerful than
Ooh.
the Typhoon Devil, and way beyond anything we've seen Reze do.
And this was Bakugo before reaching his full power in his fight against All For One. Bakugo takes the final edge in explosions.
And remember, Bakugo withstands the recoil of all his blasts.
That's
so
true.
even though Reze had greater stamina, Bakugo was more than tough enough to hang on and get his kill shot, especially with his
He's
superior
been doing
speed.
this since he
And
was
devil
born.
healing factors can be overtaxed with enough damage. Hell, she needed to drink blood a couple times against Denji just to keep fighting.
Against someone as fast and powerful as Bakugo, she would not get the
I
chance
wonder
to
who's
heal
next.
consistently, or perhaps at all.
And what happens when
Can't be
devils
another
die? They Bakugo
Japan death
to
battle. We
hell.
need some
The
comic
winner
book
is
characters.
Katsuki Bakugo.
Bombshell hero, great explosion.
Don't get me wrong, I'm an
murder,
anime guy, but
dynamite.
I love my Marvel and my
Next time
DC.
on Death Battle.
Video games are fine too. Who is this? What I don't like is cringe. This might be. Let me guess. I bet it's Mega Mind versus Gru. I bet it's Mega Mind versus Gru. This is gonna be so fucking cringe. I'll pass.
Subscribe and join as a member.
Don't get me wrong. It's a good death battle. It's a good death battle, but I think I'll pass.
See more Death Battle. And don't forget to order your very own Whiz Plush
I
from
bought this on
YouTube.
myself.
Click that link below the like button.
All right, that was a pretty decent death battle, I gotta say. Yeah, those previews could really make you think, man. Really make you second guess yourself. But it looks like I was right the first time. Bakugo does indeed win. Her regeneration wasn't enough. I didn't even take her blood consumption and her fear into account. How they could both make her stronger, especially the fear. They're fighting in the middle of a city. But it's a city filled with heroes, I guess. But I shouldn't take that into consideration. The boy was just stronger. It is what it is. Bakugo got another W. I mean, he'd be all for one for crying out loud. Like, come on now. He could do so much more than Reze. So much more. I guess instead of watching this Guru versus Megamind, I could watch one of the older death battles that I missed. There's a few that I haven't seen. A few really, really good ones. So I guess I'll check those out. Peace.